let's just get started. Don't die for drip, clout, or criminals. Period. Like, just don't do it. Designer clothes will not get you to your bag. Chasing clout, chasing followers will not get you rich. And most importantly, dating people that are getting money in illegitimate ways will not get you closer to your bag. And I can promise you that. It's a waste of your time. And let me tell you why. So you're probably thinking like, what motivated me to say this? But I'm going to tell you about me. And I've been through a lot of life experiences in terms of not even what I've posted about, but I've been in all types of different vibrations, if I can say. Like, I'm about sharing my experience and how I've learned and grown from it. Let me just give you a bit of a backstory on why I'm creating this. So from 15 to 18, let me just say why 15 to 18. 15 was I'm getting prepared to start, and I'm like, I need to get on my Zoom, I need to start working, I need to do these interviews, I need to start getting money. And let me tell you why. So I came from a background where my mum was a single mum. We came to the country. My mum was an asylum seeker, meaning I was an asylum seeker too. We both came as asylum seekers. So there was a lot of poverty like around me, a lot of struggle around me, grinding around me, and not getting much results. So it's a thing where I'm 15 now. I was in a school for about 5 years, secondary school. You know, secondary school, you're there from 11 to 15. I'm around people that are middle to upper class. Like, their fam. Do you know what? Let me tell you something. These people had heated floors in their house, and that might sound like, okay, there's people with heated floors. But when I was young, I was like, heated floors? People say, oh yeah, my dad's this, my dad does this, like, my dad owns 3 businesses. And I was like, businesses? Like, it was so foreign to me. Like, people on their birthdays. In fact, let's not even talk about birthdays. Let's not talk about birthdays. PE kits, trainers. Trainers was like a thing for me. Like, I always was like, as soon as I'm getting money, I'm getting trainers, I'm getting this trainers, I'm getting whatever. These people, it weren't no Nike. They were having Balenciagas or McQueens or flipping McQueens, Balenciagas, Gucci's or whatever, designer shoes. And like, bearing in mind, I'm in secondary school, I'm not in college, I'm not in uni. These people are ages, they're 13 years old. These people have money. And I'm like, how is this what life's about? Very strong interest in fashion, from a young age. And sorry guys if you see my belly someday, and like girls are coming in these brands, and I'm like, the brands I knew that I was like, oh, I can't afford them, but I know of, was Topshop and River Island. Those are the brands I was like, I really want to shop in, but I can't afford them. Well, not that I can't afford them, my mom can afford them. Because at the time she was doing a degree, we just got our British citizenship, she's doing her degree, she's grinding. So I'm like, I can't shop at Zara, and not even Zara, sorry, Topshop. I can't shop at River Island. These girls are coming in. Michael Kors, Juicy Couture. Obviously, at that time, Juicy Couture was like a very big thing for young people. There was like Michael Kors watches for their birthday. From when I think about it now, there was people getting as a Christmas gift Rolexes, like obviously not the big man ones, like obviously for their age, it was suitable for their age. But even though it was suitable for their age, the price was like, huh? People make that type of money. And it was so weird to me because I knew there's money out there, but I always thought that, oh, it's just celebrities, it's just people that sing, it's just people that act. Not even act, it's just people on Disney Channel, you know? Like, but when I'm seeing people that go to the same school as mine, and it's not like I went to a private school, like the UK is set a bit different. It's not common, but it is there that people go to private school. See, I'm going to a school like that, and I'm getting to that age where there's men that probably come from similar backgrounds as me or worse, and they're getting money from ways that are not legit, obviously, and they're flashing everything. They got design or whatever, And at that time I was like, what? If a man can do it, like, how comes there's not girls that look like me that can do it? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and these were guys I was talking to, and obviously these guys were older than me. You know, when you're young, you're very impressionable, definitely impressionable. So when I was young, I can't lie, I'm gonna get cancelled for this, but I wouldn't lie about my age, but I would lie. And then I'll later tell the truth. It gets too serious. Like, when it comes to, but I wouldn't link them, that's the thing. I only exist online, please, I beg. I was really intrigued because, like, they would have this lifestyle. Like, they'll have this lifestyle, whatever, dressed a certain way, cool. And at that time, and I'm talking about from when I was like about 15 to maybe 18, so like 15 to 18, it kind of died down from when I was 18, but I was thinking, like, there's guys that are black like me, or that there's guys that are from an African background that they get money. Because it's such a faulty thinking that I used to think that, because where I went to school, it was predominantly white, and even the people that were my color, I wouldn't even class them as like me, because even though they were the same color as me, they had different circumstances, different access to resources than me. So really bad on my self-image at that time. So I got to the age, so I'm leaving secondary school now, about to go to college, and oh my gosh, this ain't it. I used to live in London, but I was like, you know, I used to visit London a lot as a young child. Out a lot because I had cousins there or friends there, or I'll go to parties there with my college. I really want to go to college in London. I'm gonna go to college connected to my people, because I was like, they're just like me. We have the same vibe. Because I honestly remembered entire time of me being in secondary school, I was like, I just don't belong here. I don't fit in. They don't get me. I had one close friend who is still my close friend, and she was the same predicament. It was a lot on our self-esteem and self-image. So how are these 14-year-olds getting Rolexes and wearing flipping McQueens? And I was like, as soon as I get money, I'm buying designer. So as soon as I started money, not my first job, let me not lie, I saved up a bit, then I moved out. I was job jumping at first, then I stayed in one job for like about the entire time I was in college, and I earned a bit, and I was helping my mom. My mom's a single mom, as I said. She just came out of a very toxic relationship, a violent relationship, so she was in a bad place, and I was there supporting her as much as I can, whilst going to college and doing free A levels. I was doing free A levels. I was doing really well at first year, and then I couldn't manage everything. And let me tell you why. I was fighting hard for my future, but as a young person, let me take you back before college. As a young person, when you date someone that's older, or you're getting interest from people that are older than you. A guy I was dating when I was younger, my first boyfriend at 15, and when obviously before that, I was getting a lot of attention from older guys, and even after that, after the fact, I was getting a lot of attention from older guys, and even the guy I was dating, my first boyfriend, he had there was a lot of drama surrounding him, in terms of girls weren't messing with the fact that I was dating this guy, and I'm 3 years, I'm young, that I'm young and I'm dating this guy, and a lot of girls didn't like me for it. There was a lot of drama because these girls would be coming to me as a woman every single time, and on top of that, I was in a very toxic friendship group, and I had a temper. Like, when I was younger, I had a temper, and even though I'm a sweetheart, I'm a kind person, and I'm nice at nature, like, I always felt this pressure to act out to protect the people I loved, because there was times where I wanted to protect someone but I wasn't capable of doing when I was younger. So I'll try and use this, I'm around people I can use my voice with, and show out for, like, and I'll be like, no, I'm not having this. I'm not tolerating no disrespect. I'm not tolerating it. And a consequence of that faulty thinking, is that I ended up being in like situations where I'm in fights, not caused by me, but I was in it, so I am responsible for that. But this was the time when I was like 17, 15, 16, 17. I was in fights. And people think, oh no, she's just loud and whatever. But no, it was honestly because like I was going through a lot at that time, as everyone was in those situations. Is I was going through a lot, and there was a lot going on at home. But what I can say, I always felt like I had to kind of do the most for approval. You know, I had to show, no, I'm not that quiet girl. I'm not that girl that just moved everywhere and just came out of nowhere. No, I'm someone, and you gonna listen to me. I don't care if you think I'm small. I don't care if that time I was probably 4'11". I don't care if you're thinking this 4'11", babe. I'm 5'1", guys. Like this 4'11", babe. No, you gonna listen to me. And like, I can't lie, it was a thing where I built this reputation of myself that wasn't good. It was a reputation of loudness and like, how can I say, just being dominant for no reason, just an angry exterior. But that wasn't who I was at nature. But anyway, let's go back, because I'm literally waffling now. I'm waffling. But what I will say, I honestly, so when I got to the place where I can afford like stuff for like myself, in terms of clothing, in terms of how I looked, I swiped my card. I'm saying swipe, I didn't swipe. I tapped my card. Anything that was gonna improve my image, like how I looked. Cause like I was looking up to older girls. Like I was looking up to older girls a lot. Like when I say older girls, so I'm 17, 16, 17. I'm looking at girls that are like in their mid-20s, late. And I'm like, if they've got that designer, I'm gonna get it too. I'm gonna try and work for that too. I'm gonna look like that babe. Cause I always felt this thing where guys would make women feel inferior because they had money, they looked a certain way, but like they didn't really have it like that. But just because they looked a certain way, they think they could take the piss with girls. And I didn't like that aspect. I didn't like it, and I could see right through it. And I was like, you know what? No, I'm gonna dress a certain way, look a certain way, and no one can touch me. Women or man, no one can touch me. No one can tell me anything. But I realized it was such a faulty thinking. It is. Like, I will honestly say, do not seek anyone's approval. Do things because you want to do it. Do things because it's gonna evolve you. Don't do it for anyone's approval. But when you're young, like I'm speaking from 17 to 18, you have a lot of faulty thinking. You just have to work through it and learn from it. But I'm talking from my experience. So yeah, I'm buying these designers. Obviously, I was putting a lot of strain on myself, because I'm trying to look like a babe. I'm trying to look good. I'm saying a babe. I'm not even trying to say babe, not because babe is saying PLT. PLT is affordable. I'm trying to look like that girl. I'm trying to look like that girl. I'm trying to support my single mom and my sister. I'm trying to go to college and get my A-levels to go into uni to be a like social worker. I'm trying to do all these things, like all these things. I'm trying to use my like my trauma as like fuel to just go harder, and like I was doing a lot. Hence why I ended up in hospital. It's not even funny, but hence why I ended up in hospital, because it wasn't just that. There was a whole different, there's so much going on in everyone's life that it's wild out here. You know, you can't judge. So I'm doing all of that. Damn. And it came to the time I was really good I was at that age, like I was very financially wise, but then there was a time I was just getting financially stupid with it. And like when I say I was getting stupid with it, I was getting stupid with it when it came to like just trying to look like that person, and not even trying. I was really trying to increase my branding, if that makes sense. I know it's just like, what do you mean? Like, because obviously I started Instagram, not like, it wasn't my intention to be like a whole thing, but it was more of my intention to be a public figure. But at that time it was probably a public figure in the wrong ways, in terms of being, I don't know what to explain with that, but like I was trying to build my image, trying to build my image, my whole branding. Like I could tell that people were responding to the way I was putting myself like out there, how I was presenting myself, how I was dripped down, how I was looking, and how I was speaking, how I was like vibing, and like my energy. And it wasn't the good energy. It wasn't good energy I was receiving or like getting from anyone. So yeah, I was getting that energy, and I made a lot of stupid decisions. My first mistake was comparing myself to girls that were in their mid-20s, late 20s. Their life is definitely set up different than me, a 17-year-old. Two, I don't know how they're getting money. They could be getting money in good ways, but they've probably worked a long time to get to where they were. I just turned 17. I'm a fresh 17-year-old babe. This is a real thing as a young person dealing with complexities of identity and self-image. So it's like, I'm not going to dismiss that, because it was a real thing what I was going through, and it's a real thing for girls and boys that are going through, because I feel like our society puts so much pressure, especially Western culture, in terms of like England or maybe USA. Is like we have this, or other countries, I'm not sure of, but I can speak for the UK. There's a lot of pressure of acting like you got it, like you're getting money, looking like that person, going flipping Nobu. I've done all of that. I've been all of that. Birthdays, doing lifestyle, going hotels, looking nice, whatever. And it's like, one thing I will say, it just does not fulfill you. It did not fulfill me. In the end, it didn't fulfill me. It didn't fulfill me. The things that I wanted to work towards when I'm in a hospital and I'm analyzing everything, the things I was working towards before all the noise and all the distractions, I was like, the thing that I was working towards has not come into fruition like I wanted it to, because I got distracted. Over, I'm not even saying clout in terms of I was chasing clout. I have never chased clout, but when clout is coming to you, you get distracted by it, you get confused by it, because people are coming trying to feed your ego, and it's just like, it's toxic. It's so toxic. Okay, because I don't. So I'm thinking of a song called Toxic, but like it's literally, it's so the whole culture and lifestyle of like this whole thing is so incredibly toxic. The criminals. Okay, I obviously have mixed feelings in terms of criminals. The criminals I'm talking about, I'm not talking about criminals as a whole, because it's a very complex subject. I'm talking about people, like men that are not doing good things. I'm not talking about all criminals, because it's a very complex subject that I don't want to get into. But like, baby girl, let me tell you something. This is speaking to someone. Like, you need to let go of this, because I feel like social media kind of feeds this into young women, like young ladies, like that. You need a man, like he's gonna fund your life. These men, like, let me tell you something. These men, fraudulent or non-fraudulent men that come to promise you life, promise you this lifestyle, blah 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 blah, it will never come into fruition. Let me tell you why. Especially if he said it and it hasn't been done in that week, let it go. I'm telling you, you stop waiting for someone to come save you. No one's gonna save you. Let me tell you something. That's one thing I learned from young. Like, I learned from young. I can't lie. It's because of my no one, and this is not from my experience, from what I've witnessed, no one's gonna come save you. You need to invest in yourself. You need to invest in yourself. No one's going to save you. Not this man that is making fraudulent money in Dubai. Like, they're not gonna save you. They're not gonna save you. You really need to focus on your bag. And when I say your bag, I'm not talking about chasing money. I'm talking about investing in you, investing in upskilling, investing in working hard in what you're passionate about, investing in finding and working on your purpose. I'm getting heated with these guys. Are not going to come save you. Fraudulent, non-fraudulent, legit, famous clouts. Even if they have clout, they're not gonna save you. I'm not saying you can't date whoever you want to date whoever you want to date. I don't judge, but don't expect anyone in this life to come save you, because it's not gonna happen. The only person that can save you, in my opinion, is God. So don't give any man that power to say they can save you. I'm telling you, your future is your bag. You staying disciplined, you showing up every single day. Show up for yourself. Stay disciplined in the things that are gonna add to you. Every discipline counts. Every discipline has a knock-on effect in your whole life. So stay disciplined. Being disciplined is your bag. Investing in yourself is your bag. Period. I spend a lot of time studying successful people, and not just studying, listening to what they say. I would say I listen a lot more than I listen. I note down more and study. And I can tell you, what I realize is what they came to the realization of is the biggest factor in them changing their life was themselves. If they were not changing, their circumstances was not going to change. Invest in yourself. It's not about investing yourself in like, oh, I'm going to buy this skincare and this makeup thing because it's going to make me look cuter. It's not about the exterior. It's not about how you look outwardly. You need to focus on what's going on inwardly. Because one thing that pivoted, is that the word? My growth was when I got to that time when I was on the edge of getting kicked out of college because I got into a fight. And what I had to go home and reflect to myself was, where's this anger coming from? Like, where is this anger coming from? And I had to reflect, and I didn't know it was shadow work at that time, but it was shadow work. I had to realize, where is this anger coming from? Why do I get so offended when I'm trying to give people grace and they disrespect me? Where is this coming from? And I realized this was coming from my younger self. And when I say younger self, because I was young then, but there was a time we were all children. We were all preteens. And I had to really reflect on where this anger is coming from. I'm telling you, the spirit of anger, the spirit of anger, there's the spirit of victim mentality, the spirit of envy, the spirit of bitterness. All of those you need to let go, because they're not going to elevate you whatsoever. They're going to bring you down and keep you stuck. And I know that for a fact. Anger was my kryptonite. Like, my anger, like, not all the time, but when someone was disrespecting me, or I felt violated, or I felt like my kindness was taken to, because I've always been a kind person. I've always been quiet, and I've always been a quiet person and kind. But if you take advantage of that, I would get so angry, to the point where people will forget that you're kind. So it's like, you really need to make sure you're thinking about your choices and taking responsibility for them. Because when I was in college, so I'm 17 now, and I'm about to get kicked out. No, I think 17. I'm about to get kicked out. I had to take responsibility for the fact, yes, it's not about the circumstances. It's not because this person is bullying that person, or she flicked like, I did those actions after the fact. So I need to take responsibility for that. I need to take responsibility for the energy I'm putting out. I need to take responsibility for myself. no one can take responsibility for that, and you can't expect anyone to. So I had to do that. And yeah, I took responsibility for that. And from then I was like, never again. And I think from that point, I had never ever put myself in a situation like that, because I was like, it's never worth it. It's never worth allowing someone the power to take you out of character, take you out of your values and who you are as a person. It's never that deep. It's never. You need to stay true to yourself. And like, I realized putting myself in situations where I'm straining my mental wellness to please everyone is not going to do me service. Hence why I ended up in a cycle, because all these things I was building up, it just wasn't healthy. And I was presenting all these sides to myself to different people. It's overwhelming that I couldn't be myself. And I will never do that again. I really want you guys to know that investing in yourself is never a waste of time. Investing on what you want to do and your purpose is never a waste of time. If that means you need to move to another country to fulfill what you think your purpose is, and to add value to the world in another place, spend that coin to get that ticket or visa if you can. If it means starting that university course or starting that online course, whatever that is, do it. Like, do whatever is going to invest in your future. Because all this temporary, and let me use the word temporary, feelings of like identity crisis or self-image crisis, or thinking, oh, but I want to look like this person. Let me tell you, one day, my love, one day we'll be singing rags to riches together, and we'll feel it with chest, because we know where we came from, and we actually living that life we wanted for ourselves, and we promised it. And it's not going to break the bank. Do not break your bank for people. Oh my gosh, people will not, they don't pay your bills, man. Honestly, if let me not. People do not pay. People's opinions don't pay your bills. People's opinions. I'm even repeating myself. People's opinions. People's perception of you don't pay you. They don't get you paid. Don't focus on it. It's a waste of time. I can't lie. It's a waste of time. Don't care, my love. Please don't care. I'm telling you, listen. Don't waste your time. I even had to tell myself, listen, they don't care. Show up for yourself. Every day, you gotta get on your Zoom and show up for yourself. Show up for yourself, however way that looks for you. Because the same way it may look for me, it may not look for you. And one thing that's been my bag in terms of being that girl, I'm not even gonna say in terms of improving and evolving. I need to stop saying the be my, because we all that girl. But like, in terms of evolving, what has honestly helped me is self-talk. Self-talk, solitude, journaling, therapy. I know you didn't want me to drop that in there. Therapy from someone that doesn't know you. But honestly, journaling, solitude, positive self-talk. And that's what I'm going to leave you with. So please, guys, do not cry, do not die, don't kill yourself. You can't come and kill yourself for clout, drip, criminals. When I say criminals, I mean people. I'm here saying criminals, I mean people. You can't kill yourself for drip, criminals, and people pleasing. Don't please anyone but yourself. Don't seek validation, never. But I love you daily, and I really hope you guys are well. And I'm sending so much love and light to your way. Love you.